You're listening to the Ella and Leland Show, brought to you by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com. We're making dreams a reality. Welcome, everybody. We're here with my special partner in crime. This is Ella Harding. How are you doing, Ella?
Good.
Very well. So this is our first time trying this podcast, and I think we're just going to call it Ella and Leland. Mm-hmm. You know, just stories or whatnot.
Yeah.
We're going to give them all the news and whatnot. And we usually do this on Facebook, don't we, in the mornings?
Yep, every weekday.
Every weekday.
Every morning.
I don't think we've missed one so far.
Mm-mm.
No,
not since the new year.
Not since the new year. We've been pretty good. So the first things first is what grade are you in, Ella?
I am in 5th grade.
And who is your teacher?
Miss Hovde.
Do you like her?
Yes.
You have to say that, don't you?
No.
No, she doesn't have to say it, but she super loves Miss Hovde, and we all like her, too. And you do real well in that class, don't you?
I do.
You do. Anyway, I go there for parent-teacher conferences, and she's pretty much, what are you doing here? We all know Ella's smart, so you make Dad feel good about that. And, I'll mention my name is Leland Harding III. I play music, right? Mm-hmm. Singer, songwriter, musician,
yes, exactly.
Recorder, broke person. Oh, you think that's funny?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about a myriad of things, and myriad means a lot of things. That's what that means, from A to B to C to D to Z.
A to Z.
Yeah, A to Z. That's correct. So let's just start with kind of this week, how this week started off, and we're on January 21st. We're on a Saturday right now.
Yep.
So let's start with Monday. So Monday was the 16th, and that was kind of back to school. I can't even remember that far. But on the Sunday, the prior day before that, I played at the Masonic Temple in Watertown, South Dakota.
Yes.
We play there, and we help out the Shriners of St. Paul, which is through Northeastern General Auxiliary. So that's a really fun time, and we love to go out there, and we play country music, and we get dancers out there. So that's awesome. They help support the Shriners as well by paying $10 a person to come in and dance.
Yeah.
So Monday, I can't even think of Monday.
Neither can I.
I only can think of kind of the last few days, and yesterday we drove up to Watertown. We live in Will Lake, South Dakota. We drove up to Watertown, and we played at the Edgewood Senior Living Center, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We had Leland, my son, my daughter Ella, right here.
Yep.
And Cassie was playing the cajon. Ella played the ukulele.
Leland played the bass.
He played the bass, and I played the guitar, and I sang.
Yes.
So we had a whole family tradition there, didn't we?
Yep.
Next generation of family tradition. But that was super fun, and it's super fun to talk with all the residents there, and I think they surely appreciated it, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think my kids actually got a tip. I never get a tip. The only tip I get is to turn down. But actually, yesterday, she told me to turn up, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she said, turn it up, and I said, what? I can't believe that. But I turned it up. A lot of special people there for me. So we got to visit with them, and it's just a blessing each and every time we get to go. And I've been charting out songs for Ella, and she did good, and Leland did good, and we got through it. And then after that, we had to go from Watertown. Mama drove all the way. Cassie, when I say Mama, it's Cassie, but she drove all the way from Watertown to D. Smith, South Dakota.
Yes.
And that's where, you always hear about the little house on the prairie.
And she drove pretty much in the dark.
It was kind of dark, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But, so we went up there because Leland had a basketball game. So we went up there. They didn't win, but the other team, they were really good. And I guess my son is in 7th grade, and the team they played were in 8th grade. So he wasn't too happy, but I thought it was a good game.
It was a very good game.
It was a good game. We came home. We watched a movie. What was the movie called?
Freak the Mighty.
But it was just The Mighty, right? It's
yes.
based on the book.
It's based on the book Freak the Mighty, but the movie is just called Freak. Just called The Mighty.
Right. It's a good movie. It was in 1998 when it came out. I'm not sure when the book was out. I'm sure 10 years or so beforehand.
Most likely.
But would you recommend that movie?
Yes, it was a great movie.
How about the book? Would you recommend reading it?
I haven't read the book.
But are you gonna?
I think in school I'm actually going to read this book.
For one of your
Teachers.
literature, whatever book things they do there. Yeah. So we got that out of the way. And then I want to let you know that 2 weeks ago, Thursday, we picked up a puppy.
Yes.
Because it's got Labrador Retriever in it, and it's got Golden Retriever in it.
He is a Golden Door.
Golden Door, yep. That's kind of what they say, and you know what I call him? A mutt. That's what I say my heritage is too. You know, when you have this and that. On the one side of my family, on my mom's side, I'm pretty much just German, and then on my dad's side, I'm English, Irish, a little bit German, and Cherokee Indian. Oh, I'm in there. They can hear me. They can hear me just fine. Ella was pointing at the microphone to me. She's like, talk in the mic, talk in the mic.
Because I couldn't hear you as much.
You couldn't hear me at all, huh?
No, as much.
Oh, as much. Okay. Well, so the night before, Friday night, Leland came out to the studio here, and he grabbed a strap for his bass guitar, and he saw an owl. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give my impression of when he came in, okay? This is what I heard, okay? I heard, Daddy, help outside, there's an owl. He's about 12 foot tall. It's funny how he's Southern in my rendition. But he's like, I thought the thing was going to eat me.
My impression of him is, guys, there's a huge owl out there, and it was making a lot of noise, and it's huge, and you can see its eyes, and then he shot me.
So your rendition's more true.
Yeah, and
but
he's like, it's like 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide.
And that, it could be 3 foot tall, because barn owls, they get tall, and their wingspan gets way out there. And I told you that I have seen a barn owl, but he was no longer surviving because he stepped on the wrong part of the pole and he went, woo. So that's how that went. Anyway, that's what I know of owls. Let's talk a little bit more about, I don't know, do we have anything that we really? Oh, I want to bring this up. So my son really loves to snowmobile, right?
Yep, know it.
And I don't have a snowmobile. And his Grandpa Lonnie has like, what, 100,000? Oh, only about 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't know how many.
Enough, anyway.
Yeah.
And he's got them snowmobiles. And I said, well, son, it'd be go up there good, and you can ride, and you can get on 380. He said, oh, no, Dad, I don't want to get on 380. He's got the 800. I think that stands for 800cc. Well, that's very quick. I went snowmobiling one time in my life. And I hit a bump, and it hurt so bad, I never got on one again. And so my son says to me, he says, well, you're not supposed to. Yeah, you're not supposed to.
You're supposed to stand up.
Yeah, you're supposed to stand up. And I said, well, what good's a seat? Right?
He doesn't know why, if you're supposed to stand up, why do you need a seat?
Why do you need a seat?
Just experience from riding bike. If you're going to go over a huge bump, I don't think you want to be sitting down.
Okay, that's different though. I'm older. I'm 44 years old. Yeah.
You just admitted your age.
Well, hey, I look good. Yeah, she's laughing in the background. She's not really laughing, but she's laughing. But so that's one thing I wanted to talk about: snowmobiles. Okay. Man, they better put better shocks on that thing, because I'm not standing up. If y'all know me, if y'all know me, you know that I can't get around that well, and I walk with a cane. So my leg strength's not that great. So for me to stand up on a snowmobile is not going to happen. If I sit down on something, you best believe, expect me to be sitting on that thing the whole ride.
You sound like Joe Bruce.
Joe Bruce?
Yeah, he sounds like Joe Bruce.
Did I put a little Southern in it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can blame that on Grandpa Skip, because he's from the South. Right? Okay. But anyway, so there's a good thing to talk about. So Ella and Leland, they went to Midwest Bible Camp this past summer, June
something
20th to 23rd, 24th.
I have no clue.
Something like that. But they have a great time, and they get to learn about the Lord and make new friends, and get to go swimming.
On the first day, you go out from anywhere from 3 to 6, and you can set up your bed or whatever. Funny thing, I actually did not get registered till a few days later.
After you had been there?
Yeah. So, and then on the first night, there was an awful storm, so all the girls were looking out the windows, and the counselors were like, okay, heads on your pillow or come down here if you want to talk. If you can't go to sleep. Not just
an awful storm, everybody. You need to realize I'm entrusting my kids at this Bible camp, and we're in town. Luckily,
it was my first time staying. It was me and my brother's first time staying a night at a camp, and it was my first time hearing the tornado sirens actually in use for a tornado.
Yeah, so we're at the house, at my mom and dad's house in Watertown, and our phones all go off at the same time. Get in the basement, now there's a tornado. I'm like, my kids are right over there.
Yeah, so then all the girls were asking the counselors, where's the shelter? Where's the shelter? And the counselors are like, go to the shelter, go to the shelter. And we're like, where's the shelter? So we ran into the main building. Nobody was in there. And then apparently we heard later that the door got shut, and then some girls thought it was locked. So then we ran out of that building, and we ran into the auditorium, and then we found everybody. Because before we went to bed, they said, okay, if you hear the bell, then that means that you have to go into the shelter, and you can't hear the bell from the girls' cabin. So we were 10 minutes late when the tornado siren started going off.
Well, you're lucky that a tornado didn't come, because you wouldn't have made it.
There was a girl screaming and crying on the floor, and the counselors were like, go to the shelter, and she's like, no, we're all gonna die. But the worst part about that was, when I got back, the counselors were like, okay, when you hear your name get called, say here. They never called my name.
Well, they didn't have you in the system.
They never called my name.
Okay, Ella, we're going to stop and pause right here, and we're going to get a little ad in here, okay?
Okay.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the Ella and Leland Show, brought to you by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com, where we're making dreams a reality. Okay, we're back. So we were talking about Midwest Bible Camp and how the tornado had kind of came through, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the Lord was looking after you. The Lord is looking after everybody. So, but you had a really fun time there, didn't you?
It's the best, because after on your first day, first or second day, or no, on the first day the zoo crew comes, and then on the second day you go swimming. I don't know if I have the order right. It goes zoo crew, and then on another day it's swimming, and then we usually have a grill out when our parents come to pick us up, and that's really nice.
That is really nice.
Yes.
And then from there, because I have a Christian album out, and I love to talk about the Lord, we went from there, we went all the way to Aberdeen, South Dakota. All the way that night, and we stayed at, do you remember when we stayed? It's the Ramkota, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And we stayed there, and then the next day we got up, and guess where we went? We went to Wiley Park. What is that place called?
Wiley Park or Storybook Land.
Storybook Land. And we went there, and I think I was in my wheelchair, wasn't I? That time?
I think so.
Because that's too far to walk from
Too many bumps for him,
yeah. And I actually went on, they know I don't like to go on rides, but I actually went on this what is that?
It was a balloon ride, actually.
A balloon ride.
And it goes really high up in the air.
And if you haven't been there, I won't spoil it for you, but they said, Dad, just wait, it's going to drop, To be continued on that. So you'll have to go there, and if you see that balloon ride, because it's very cool, it's based on The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, except the first time I went on it, Leland made me go on it alone, and my mom was eating. So I went on it alone, except when I reached the top, it made this really loud crashing sound, and it sounded like something was going to break when I was all the way up in the air alone.
So it's very cool. Then we went through all that, and there's everything. There's the little pigs.
Yep.
There's Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes.
What's the castle?
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. That's Castle Rapunzel.
Yes, there's like the cheater, pumpkin eater.
And this whole way they have a yellow brick road.
Yes.
And I love the part where you go in the haunted.
Oh, the
haunted forest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because they actually have those trees that talk to you.
Yeah, they have the entire story laid out. Like, if you start it in the Munchkin Land, and then as you go on, I don't know what the order is because I haven't really seen The Wizard of Oz.
What?
They have like the talking flying monkeys. They have a zip line. I'm not sure if that was in the movie.
Oh, I wish I could do that.
It's so much fun. They have like the talking trees, and then they have the Wicked Witch of the West in her castle screaming at you. And then
they do have some animals there because we went on a train ride.
Oh yes, they have animals there. You can become a what's it called? A gopher. A prairie dog or gopher.
Oh, you sure can. And isn't it funny that the name and the name of this studio is Gopher Recording Studio?
Yes.
Right?
Big
so
shout out to Gopher Recording Studios.
Yes, big shout out. So that all ties in. So then the next day we went there. Did we eat that night or was it? Yeah, I think we ate that night.
Yeah, we ate at Minerva's.
Oh, it was so good, wasn't it?
It was really good.
It was expensive, but that's almost a 9 for me. Close to a 10. I had what did I have? I had seafood something.
Yeah, you had something seafood.
Chimichanga?
No.
I'm not sure. It was really good, though.
Also
Jambalaya, maybe.
Also, the fries were delicious there. They were, like, perfectly really crispy on the outside and then really soft on the inside. And then, like, I think our mom got, like, a burger or something.
So this Ramkota was really neat because they have a pool there.
Yes. And they have, like, a hot tub.
They have a hot tub, yep. It was really nice, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And so then the next day, this would have been Saturday, we went and we played there.
Oh, the night before that, I don't think we ate on the night we said we did because me and my mom went to, I don't know what the racetrack is there, but we went to the racetrack in Aberdeen.
Oh,
and
that's
my
right.
grandpa and his friend came, except it got rained out.
It got rained out, that's right.
It was terrible wind, so we were running.
Right.
And then my mom's like, you have to go to the bathroom while we're waiting for your grandpa. And, well, the bathroom decided for me because the door got slammed shut. And then there was a huge barrel in front of it, and I didn't move that. So.
Right. So I'm not really sure when we went up, because I know one night we ate there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it Thursday we spent the next day, maybe?
Maybe.
We're not sure. Anyway, it was a great time. We went up to a church there. Can you remember the name of the church? New Hope. New Hope. New Hope. I'm going to say New Hope.
What church? The one
Gilbert's.
you played at?
Yeah, New Hope. Wasn't New Hope Fellowship, I think. And they moved into a new church, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And we were able to their second annual. They had their second annual thing. We played there the year before. This time we got to play there, and I got to meet such wonderful people too.
Yes, and it was a really great time. They had like a Shetland pony there, and then they had horses that. They had a horse that could do tricks, and they just had 2 horses, and one could do tricks, and it was really cool.
It was really cool. They had like a bicycle rodeo there, and they had one. They had one station where you could. I don't think you did it, but you could rope a steer or something.
I don't.
It wasn't a real steer, but it was like the cow head on a hay bale, but everybody was drawn. Did Leland win something, or did you win something? I think it was Leland.
Oh, yeah, Leland won a free thing to Twist Cone.
Okay, we're going to take a short break right now, and we'll be right back after we pay the bills. You're listening to the Ella and Leland Show, sponsored by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com. We made all your recording needs. All right, so we're back now, and we were talking about New Hope Fellowship in Aberdeen, South Dakota. So it's a great place there. Gilbert, I don't know how to say your last name, Vilhauer, I think it is. But it's such a blessing that I met him 2 years ago, and we've just continued on in the fellowship that we have as Christians, brothers and sisters. And I met. Help me out here. Help me out. What's Hardin? Mark Hardin. He's from Indiana, Illinois. I'm not sure, and Joe Sanders. So they give their testimonies and everything, and it's just wonderful to be there. And we all come together. Don't you feel good? Don't you feel like you know those people there? So it's really fun. I would check it out. It's normally around June 25th. So you'll have to check it out and make sure and see what's going on, I guess. And come on up to Aberdeen. And once you're in Aberdeen, don't forget to go to, what park is that? It's Wiley Park
or Storybook Land.
Storybook Land.
And then there's a Thunder Road next to it.
I would love to go to that Thunder Road. Is there mini golf there too?
I think so.
And right in the middle of that, there's a pond.
Yes.
Do they call that Wiley Pond? What pond is that?
I don't know. And then there's like a campground outside of it too. There's really cool stuff there too.
There's all sorts of stuff to do. They call Aberdeen. Do you know they call it the Hub City?
No.
That's what they call it, the Hub City. So it's very enjoying to go there, and that was our vacation, kind of.
Yes, it was a very nice vacation.
It was, because we could, we weren't like 1,000 miles away.
Yes, me and Leland got off of one vacation and then went to another one.
Very, very nice. Well, Ella, I think we're going to stop there, and then we're going to save up for next time. You know what I think we're going to talk about next time?
What?
Is our trip to Florida.
Yay!
So this has been Ella and Leland, and we're going to sign off right now, and thank you guys so much for checking in. Yeah. Yes. Say goodbye, Ella.
Bye.
Bye, guys. We love you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Ella and Leland Show, brought to you by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com, where dreams are reality.